So you guys were dabbing, and all I was thinking is, they're using the 12 or 13-year-old. All they're using is a 12 or 13-year-old dabbing in a profile picture. That's all I was thinking about when you guys were doing that. Okay, anyways. Okay. Oh, Christ. Okay.
Hit the quad.
I'm going. I can't breathe.
From Mr. Broke Productions, and in association with Maximillionaire and Vice City Kingpin, present to you Life on Easy Mode. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
I've never actually ever been to Foxborough.
You haven't really?
Never. I've been to Mohegan and I've been to Twin Rivers because it's right.
I've been there because
no, I meant the town.
Wait, what?
Wait.
No, Foxwoods. You meant Foxborough.
Yeah.
My bad.
Wait. So what did you reference?
He thought I was talking about Foxwoods.
Foxwoods. I've never been. I've been to Foxborough maybe once. I got that mixed up. That's my fault.
Okay. So, but you are talking about Foxborough, like where the stadium.
The town, yeah, where the stadium is.
Okay, well that's actually a nice place.
That's where Gillette Stadium is. Yeah, and that was Edelman's. Sure, that's Foxborough forever. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That is a nice place.
Out of context, LOEM. Welcome everyone to another episode of the Life on Easy Mode podcast. We are here once again. We actually have a decent amount of stuff to talk about today. Did you guys have topics you wanted to mention?
No, just throw me into whatever you got to talk about.
Yeah, he just woke up from his midnight nap.
No, I woke up half
out of
dead.
the freezer.
So I woke up half dead from bed. And then an hour later, he's like, yeah, go do the cold stuff. I'm like, bruh, like, come on now.
And then you had to stay about 45 minutes later, or about half an hour later.
No. I was in there for 3 hours.
Jesus.
Yep. And then, like, a 15-minute break, whatever. And then again for, like, 3 hours. So.
And then you were supposed to get out originally earlier at, like, 2. But then they're like, hey, listen, people called out. You want to stay and ruin your life?
I mean, that's...
I'll say this, Miguel. If that really makes you pissed off, don't join security because that's going to happen a lot.
Wasn't planning on it.
Your relief is going to call out. They're going to say, hey, listen, we can't find anybody. You're going to have to work another 8 hours. Granted, you get good OT,
me off, bro.
But it is the most enraging thing you could ever go through. So just if that's really going to upset you, don't go to security. I'll say that right now. That can eliminate where your career path is going.
A lot of jobs, really. I mean, like most jobs, like you even told me, like a lot of office jobs have set times that people leave, but like sometimes people will call out and you might have to stay a little bit later.
Well, no. A lot of office jobs, like the typical corporate business jobs, is
have a set
9
time.
to 5.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the building itself closes at like 6 o'clock, so you wouldn't have to stay any later than maybe 5:30 or whatever, unless it's one of those things that runs later into the night and your boss says, hey, listen, can you stay to get some extra work done? Maybe, but a lot of offices, typical 9 to 5. We have a lot of interesting stuff to talk about today. I'll go over briefly. We'll update about the whole EDP situation.
Yes.
Okay. There's something going on with Lil Tay. She made a little return on social media. I don't know if you saw that.
Or did she?
I saw something happen to Lil Tay.
Yeah,
that's the only thing I saw.
Snapchat,
I have the screenshots. I have the.
Because Snapchat gave me the news article.
Well, I have screenshots of what was posted on her Instagram story, and I have an article that basically explains what happened.
Did more things happen, or no? Just what you told me.
As of Friday,
leave it for later.
Yeah, I'll leave it for later. But some things more things have come out as of recording it, and then we can talk about the Josh fight because that.
Yes.
Come on, that's some king shit right there.
I'm sorry. Do you want to start off with that, or do you want to?
Yeah, we can start.
Okay,
off with that, that's like the quicker topic. So lead us in.
So if you don't know what the Josh fight is, you've been living under a rock for the past year in quarantine. But in a year ago, yesterday, a man by the name of Josh Swain made a group chat in Facebook. He found all the Joshes that he could from Facebook, from phone numbers, and he said, meet at these coordinates, blah, blah, blah. You can post a meme, put the meme picture on the video format so people can see, or you can look it up on yourself. But basically, it says, meet at these coordinates, and the guys, because we all have the same name, and he goes, yes.
I have the screenshot right here.
Perfect. So you can just put that in the video format.
Yeah, he goes, you're probably wondering why I've gathered you all here today. And if you look at the top, it just says Josh. And then one Josh says, because we all share the same names, question mark. Right below that, it says, John Swain left the group. Fuck that guy. And then it says, precisely, 4/24/2021 at 12 p.m. Meet at these coordinates. We fight. Whoever wins gets to keep the name. Everyone else has to change their name. You have a year to prepare. Good luck.
So we all thought this was a joke in the meme community. It was pretty funny.
Come on. As soon as it became a meme, you know damn well.
Well,
what's
here's the
happening.
thing. Well, after Area 51 and how much of a stumble that was,
But
and
that
not
was,
a lot of people.
That was Area 51 though. Who's gonna risk their lives?
okay, but that's
The way a lot of meme pages and people who were interested in memes on social media looked at that, they said, all right, we'll give it a year. A year down the line, we'll see what happens. And then just as of about a week ago, this started picking up traction again because everyone's like,
oh yeah, that's
shit,
right.
That Josh fight's supposed to happen.
So
then very quickly it regained popularity.
So it
again.
took place in a field in Nebraska.
Yeah.
In
Right next to an airport.
Nebraska, and no one thought it was going to happen, but apparently this was actually quite organized.
I low-key thought it was gonna happen.
But I didn't think that many people were going to show up, though.
I didn't think that
I'm
many
sorry,
people were gonna
there had to be hundreds
know
of
the winner?
hundreds.
Like
Yeah,
a
little
five-year-old
Josh. Little
yeah,
Josh.
5-year-old
Josh.
So
Was his last name Swain or was it just Josh?
No.
I think it was
So
just Josh.
basically, not everyone in that group chat's last name wasn't actually Swain. It was just Josh. Okay. But the Josh Swain that made it actually met another Josh Swain, and he said, it's the video online. He said, let me see some ID, and his the other dude's ID says Josh Swain as well. So they had a rock paper scissors to see which Josh Swain would be number one, and the dude who created it won. But it was also an organization for something with Hunger for Kids. He even raised like $8,000 for that too.
Good for him.
So, and basically what happened is anyone's name whose Josh got a pool noodle, and you had to do it by honor code. If you got hit, you're out. So, no one apparently saw a little 5-year-old running though. So, and he freaking won, or maybe everyone just felt bad.
Like,
Everyone felt
He had
bad.
the height
Maybe.
advantage.
Yeah, but low key, like, would you hit a little kid?
I mean, if it
You
was,
actually hit him, but
But-
tap him.
yeah,
I would have.
but like,
I'd be like,
Sorry, bro. I need this dub. Boom.
nah, but like, good for him.
But like the videos that just like I am sorry, but like this is like so wholesome. Like I watched the video of him getting crowned with a Burger King hat. And
way too
Burger
big for him. It
King
went over his head.
on the video that has the Twitter video, that specific video that has like 4 million views already. That the Burger King commented, he goes, "A true king." Burger King goes,
And then
so-
Among
Us goes, he's not an imposter.
Yep, I
So
saw that.
and then like they raised him up and everyone's cheering. I go, bro, this is the.
You think it's gonna be an annual thing?
I
think-
feel like something like that should be once in a lifetime.
Yeah,
so?
yeah.
I
Like
saw something. Someone said this is the closest we've been to world peace. I
I'm
kinda
sorry.
agree.
Since Pokemon Go,
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Well, even Pokemon Go wasn't like.
I don't know. Pokemon Go had its iffiness.
everyone was outside during that era.
including criminals.
No,
And people were falling to their death because they weren't looking where they were going. That was big news too.
So I would say this is more.
But
to
no,
world
this
peace
was
than
there had to
Pokemon.
be hundreds. I wouldn't even be surprised if there was 1,000 people. There are hundreds of people. Obviously, they weren't. I wasn't really worried about it that much because of the vaccine. People were wearing masks. People weren't wearing masks. But I mean, like at that point, the COVID is not as much as going away. But the vaccines are coming out, so. Most of the people were wearing masks, so it looked like it was still being safely precautioned. But the way it was organized, I was like, this is actually really organized. And so that just warms my heart because the way the world's been going, especially with 2020, I have lost a lot of faith in humanity. But that just brought it up just a little bit. And my God, little Josh deserved that
literally
win.
The only way people can come together is through humor, through memes.
Like if
In socioeconomic ways, political ways, no one can come together.
the meme
culture,
community, like there was comments.
we got to set stone.
Yeah. Like the meme community, like there was a comment like the meme community is so powerful and like no it is. Like people
Area
take
51?
people take memes for, a joke, but they are jokes, but like
What?
they didn't go in though. They just hold signs.
Well, they had like a fiesta.
yeah,
Yeah,
they had
I
a
guess.
fiesta like miles away and then like actually 15 people, the Brave showed up and then they were talking to the security people there, but no, like that like warms my heart. Like if you want to watch a heartwarming video, you watch that video.
Yeah,
like
and
that
If you go onto Google Maps, they actually have the thing.
Josh Battlegrounds.
Battlegrounds.
Like truly.
If any of the Joshes, besides the guy who created the group chat, if any of those Joshes did show up, and since they didn't win,
Any Josh,
if they
really.
want to keep the joke or the meme alive, they should actually change their name legally from Josh to something else.
That'd be a
since they
lot of
lost.
paperwork. That's a lot of
No, I
paperwork.
know, but I'm
though.
saying like if they wanted to just make it that much more authentic, they'd be like, hey, listen, lost a fight, gotta change my name from Josh to something else
there's
now.
probably someone that did though.
Maybe
really.
change it to like Joshua or something, something like that.
Yeah.
Because they never said you couldn't do that. It just could be
True.
Josh.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
and his nickname could be Josh. It's not his real name.
Joshua, Little Josh. Little Josh is a king, bro.
He is a king. That's gonna, when we're old, we're gonna have stories like, when I was younger, I ran a podcast, I did this, that. When that kid's a grandfather one day, he's going to have that story to tell. And he's going to be winning above all of us. He'll be like, Granddad, what did you do? Sit down, son, I'm going to tell you a great story with a tear in his eye.
And he goes, did you win the Josh fight? And he goes, yes, son. Another kid there's a meme of this, he's a kid sitting on his lap, like, did you win the Josh fight when you were 5 years old? And he goes, yes, I did. The kid below him goes, fucking legend. Oh my god, I'm sorry, but like,
that better be
what
in
a great
books one day.
It better be.
It
Well,
better be.
I mean,
Meme history.
Our kids better be learning about that one day.
2020 has to have its own section, and I mean, 2021 has been I would say, a little bit better than 2020 in a whole.
2020 is gonna have its own volume. Each book is just gonna be 1 month.
It's gonna be its own quizzes.
It really could have its own like volume.
Yeah.
though. Like
Literally,
all
dude.
12 books.
Yeah,
It could one for each month. January, the start of what we thought was gonna be World War III, and then COVID, and then
gonna have-
February,
And then
March.
Kobe.
Yeah, well, which was February, right?
January.
or just any.
Was it?
Yeah, he died in
That was
January.
February.
No.
February.
Are you
February.
sure?
Yeah, Kobe Bryant.
February.
It was either late January or early February. It might
Late
be
January, early
actually.
February, because you also had the Australian.
January 26th.
Okay.
All right, so it was late February. I mean, late January, but like you also had the Australian flyers, the almost World War III.
March
COVID.
was when COVID.
I heard this virus was going around. I don't know if it's still going around.
Oh my god.
I heard some things about it, you know.
But no, we actually, speaking of, I actually was looking at this the other day. I haven't seen what the vaccines were for Rhode Island, but
Last time you checked, it was like what, 16%, something like that.
so
Well, how many people are vaccinated?
Well,
because
first,
both of you
second
guys,
dose.
both of you guys have your first dose.
Yeah.
Yep, I got mine on Friday.
Moderna gang.
Moderna.
Well,
Yeah.
Pfizer gonna be, so I have the bigger one. Like
Damn, we're gonna have to gang up on him.
Moderna sounds cooler than Pfizer,
Yeah.
in my opinion. I just think it sounds cool.
All right.
Yeah, it's like so far no side effects.
That's you guys. Pfizer has
No,
been.
because the PFZ in Pfizer.
What first?
He doesn't get
Are
the
you?
joke.
Are you?
What do we do with it? What do we do with it?
He got the Kenny vaccine
Yeah,
instead.
sure. Morgus. Long dog.
Just read the damn article.
All right. So at least one. I'm kidding.
On that note, thank you for
All right.
watching.
At least one dose. Base almost 50% of the population in Rhode Island, so almost half of the population in Rhode Island has the first
Nice.
dose, and then 33.8% fully
Oh, more
vaccinated.
than I thought.
So, and in the United States, doses given 226 million fully vaccinated. Oh,
That's
it's
not bad though.
That's more than half the population.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no,
Shit.
that's doses given. So I think that's a mixture of both first and second doses.
That's still
better
than none.
fully vaccinated is 93.1 million in the United States, and then 28% is fully vaccinated. So it's about almost 93.1 million. That's probably about like almost 10. Oh no, like 40% of the population.
Wait, what is?
Fully vaccinated is 39.1 million in the United States.
That's around
so
like 10%.
the United States has about 330 million people, so that's about like 30 or 40%. If you do math.
Hold on.
That's
U.S. population.
Yeah, I got
it's
mine.
like 330 million. 330 million.
328 million.
So that's
Shouldn't be
about
too
like
loud.
30-40%.
Okay, so then how many?
93.1 fully vaccinated.
Oh, 93?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you said 30 something.
No. So that's about like 30 or 40% of the population.
I think as time's gone on, you know, a lot of the people who were or may still be anti-vax never lived through a global pandemic like this. I think this pandemic helped a lot of people realize that we need vaccinations.
Yeah.
Granted, there still are anti-vaxxers, but I think a lot of people kind of converted
They
because
are
of
going
this.
to be. I'm not
Because-
going to get my
What'd you say, 240 million throughout the country?
226 million doses given. So
That's
both,
still
both,
really good.
Both first and second doses.
It hasn't even been like 6 months since this has been given out, and that's a lot of people.
End of December. The first doses recorded were January 13th. So, and now it's April 24th. So that's about like
That's still
that's
really
4
good,
months,
though.
Almost 4 months. So.
I'm actually really happy about that. That's really
By
good.
the summer, Fauci says fall we can open up all stadiums fully. I can see that happening. There's also
I mean,
gonna be
I'm in person next semester, so.
Yeah.
in the fall, yeah. So I mean, like I think most schools are gonna be doing that.
I got my first shot. I got Moderna. I think
How'd you feel?
I felt fine. You don't even feel it because I just put it in.
No, I know.
And then so next day my arm started feeling a little sore
yeah,
just
same
around the
for me.
area.
Didn't you
that
say-
like the next day that afternoon I started to feel a little drowsy, had a bit of a headache, tiny bit congested, but other than that it was nothing like anything severe. I wasn't bedridden.
He started growing a vagina.
Oh my. The side effects.
Yeah.
The side effects may include vagina.
Mason, what do they mean?
I didn't grow no vagina. I ain't no pussy.
Gangsta.
And then the next day, I felt a little bit better. I was still a little drowsy, but now I'm fine. It's
People
almost
say
like
the second shot's gonna be. When is your second shot?
May 14th.
Really?
And
Mine's
yours-
the 21st. Mine's literally like a month after I got mine, which
No,
is
same.
fine. So,
Yeah,
the worst thing about the vaccine, I don't care how sick you make me, don't take my appetite away. My appetite was cut a little short because of the vaccine.
well, that's like usually what
Like
happens with-
I would eat, like I could still eat a decent amount, but like I got full and sick a lot quicker when I would eat. That was the one thing. I feel fine now. I ate before you guys came and I was fine. So, thank God that's gone. But you know,
Okay. But no, I get mine this week on Friday. So well, this week Friday. So and then
are you going to the high school for it?
the Dunkin' Donuts Center.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think that's
I
where.
went to the Dunkin' Donuts Center.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
They really let you choose what you want. Well, not on spot, but like they have like both there.
yeah.
Anyways.
So I mean, I signed up for Pfizer, so I was like, cool. I wasn't getting Johnson. I mean, Johnson only had 6 reported cases of the blood clots, but like then again, like
They took it away anyways.
yeah, they took it away. So like.
I was,
You know.
I was talking to some people. They were like, Nicky, you're getting the shot? I'm like, yeah, why? Well, they're like, I don't know. I'm scared of the long-term side effects. And this kind of converts back to what we've talked about. This vaccine has been in the works for a lot longer than people think because they've been working for a SARS vaccine, which is what carries COVID,
Don't get him started
for
bro.
years. No, I know. I'm just saying, but like this is what we've talked about. This has been a vaccine in the works for years, so they've gone through a lot of the authentications to make sure it's not going to cause like some kind of mutation where you're going to grow like a mole that has like pus spewing out of it, and the next thing you know, a hand pops out of it.
The people who think that the long-term side effects are like growing an extra arm or Down syndrome also think the Earth is 6,000 years old. So I don't want to freaking hear it.
Honestly,
So-
it's 7,000. Get it right.
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry. Yeah. So
6001.
Oh, 6,001.
it's gonna be 6,002 at the end of this year. But no, so I mean there are
Almost as
people.
old as Betty White.
There are people who there are three different kind of people with the vaccine. People like us who want to get the vaccine. Then there are the second kind of people who are a little nervous about it. They want to wait. They do want to get it, but they're not sure of it. And then there's the third kind of people, which I think should be burned at a stake. That don't think.
Come on. Well, maybe, but like
I don't
use the
condone what my
word.
colleague just said. I do not condone, but you know he's entitled to his own opinion.
So if I mean you should get the vaccine. It's people are like like. The people who say, I'm going to say this once and once only, and then I'm going to keep saying it because it's going to keep getting brought up. People are like, oh, I don't like it because it's not, it's just came out. But those are the kind of people who don't research it a lot and just see what CNN pulls up
Or
out of their freaking asses.
Facebook.
Or Facebook or BuzzFeed. Like, they don't actually go onto CDC.
If you get your news from Facebook,
Don't
please
even get
stop.
me
They don't go to
started on
CDC.
those.
If it does not have a .org at the end of it, do not even get the information from it.
Those people who like share on Facebook, oh my God, guys, watch this. This will change the way you look at things forever.
It's also the kind of people that believe, like, if you don't like and share this comment, you're going to, like, die at 50 or something like that. Like,
You gotta share this with 10 friends, otherwise some bitch from Japan's gonna haunt you forever.
Like and comment, or you will not get like money for the next 5 years. I'm like, what?
The
Like,
Nigerian prince will not send you a lottery.
I'm sorry. Like, you can believe
Bless you.
superstitious all you want about your sign, your ghost, bless you,
Nice to have me.
about all that paranormal, but I do not.
I can't. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'll see y'all later. I'm out. I'm out of this business.
4/25/2021. It does not say 2016.
What are you talking about?
You just dabbed.
Oh,
Yeah.
he told me a nice dab. Cause
You know, the SARS vaccine hasn't even been in the works, and let me rephrase that. The dab is older than the work of the SARS vaccine. Anyways,
Well, no, it kind of has been. It's.
it was a joke I butchered. Just
Yeah.
We'll roll
Anyways, you should research. If you're not sure, research, please, because.
please.
Okay.
I'm being as partial as I can. Stay away from CNN or Fox News.
Yes.
I recommend either maybe
CDC.
NBC.
Just
Which
CDC.
one's the one Lester Holt is on? I feel like they're kind of
Any local news.
I think that's either NBC or like CBS.
I think that's NBC.
One of those two.
Those aren't bad. They're a little
Yeah.
more left leaning, but they're not bad.
Local news. Like
Local
our-
news is
our
pretty
Local news is good too.
If you have a local city, local town, like we have WPRI, we have we basically at WPRI, and then we have and we have NBC 10 and stuff like that. But that's NBC like for most places. But local news, CDC,
They're really good.
anything
I like to
with
trust NBC the most.
yes,
Or one of those two. But
Dateline NBC. .org, please. Anything with a .org.
.gov?
Don't be going to freaking Wikipedia. The only thing you need Wikipedia is if you need a brush on lightly subject, like if someone.
or if you need to like cram like a 5-page essay in like one night and just
And
like,
let me
don't
tell you,
care.
did you do that?
maybe.
Okay.
expose yourself,
Rick
Miguel.
professors, if you hear that, Miguel Madeira did it. So, anyways, that's our news for. We just kind of went off, but like
All right,
vaccine.
we went from the Josh fights. It's all right.
Please look it up, but
Yes.
yeah.
Alrighty. Now moving on to a more
Serious.
serious topic. We'll talk about which one, Lil Tay or EDP.
Well, EDP.
You know more than me. on
EDP.
both.
So
All right, we'll do EDP because this has been in the news. So
last
week when we talked about the EDP situation with the Predator Poachers, I recommended them. I recommend you guys to check out their channel. I said all this stuff.
don't. We should.
May
take
have to
that
take that back. I do have to take that back because as of lately, they've been exposed. Primarily, the guy Alex on their channel has been exposed for being a rather.
That's the guy with the beard, right?
Yeah, the big guy.
Yeah, okay.
He's been exposed for being a really eccentric individual, I guess you
He
could
means
say.
racist.
Racist.
Yeah, so-
like racist as in saying the N word on BLM hotlines.
Hard R.
Wasn't it on Instagram Live?
I don't
It
remember
was
where
on
it
a-
was,
it-
but
He was on a
It was
live,
on
though.
live. It was a live stream on
so-
some sorts. I don't know what it
So
was.
there was
though.
one, there was that one, and from what it was said, he did call the BLM hotline too, and just started saying the N-word hard R, which I'll say, comedy is subjective, but we do not over here condone that behavior whatsoever. And I'll say a hot take here. I don't think that's something that is worth someone losing their whole career over, but if something does happen, don't be surprised. That's all I'm going to say. That'll be my take on that. And then they tried to say that he is a predator himself because there were clips that where he was in a store.
Yeah,
He was
I
buying
saw
like a
that.
bicycle and he was talking about like how he's going to give it to the 3-year-old in his basement, how he was tired of being a virgin. Like, okay, listen. Again, comedy is subjective. You don't have to find that funny, but it was clear that it was a fucking joke when he was saying that.
Yeah.
Granted, you don't have to find it funny, but obviously he wasn't being serious about that.
Like we all have different senses of humor. I mean, like you say in a serious. I'm not. I will come out and say it. I think everyone at this table has dark humor in their veins. I think it's because we were brought up with the internet and stuff like that. So our comedy is very subjective. So we talk about
Nicky's raging and say something.
No, I'm just saying when you said we have dark humor, I just pictured that one white kid named Trevor.
I post my memes on Reddit.
Oh
Like
my
it's
God.
one of those kids like
I have the
cancel,
edgy sense of humor.
cancel.
I still have iFunny.
Like
Oh my
like
God.
we keep that kind of humor to ourselves as much as we can. So
I just think we make dark humor like out of each other, not just like out of
Yeah,
more than anything out of
yes,
anything else.
and then we do So I mean, anything edgy we kind of keep to ourselves. I mean, like humor is humor. If it makes us laugh and if it doesn't affect us, like we've talked about this before, we make a joke about it. But if it's causing someone harm, then we take a step back and say, "I'm sorry, I didn't mean it. It was just trying to lighten the mood."
Yeah.
But I've talked about that before. But
And so there was that, and then there was another video about Alex where he was talking to this underage girl and he was telling her to take her top off. That came to be that was actually one of his friends pretending to be a girl, and they were making a joke about
like
that.
a prank, I think.
It was like a prank.
Yeah.
However, there is a video where I haven't found the context for this, but if this is true, then this is genuinely this is fucked. Like this is the worst thing out of everything. They were on the phone with someone, I'm not entirely sure who, the guy Alex, and he was talking to someone, and he was saying how a little while ago when they would use decoys, they would use actual minors, like a 16-year-old or like a 17-year-old. Now, even though he said that and admitted that there isn't anything concrete to prove that, unless he was just joking when he said that. But if he's telling the truth, that unironically is very messed up.
You'd
And
think here, well,
that that's worse in my opinion. That's worse than the N-word.
Instead of using who's the one that acts like does the
Decoy.
Facetune and
Decoy.
Wait, what
yeah,
do you-
but like isn't it like one of their friends already?
Yeah, so it's a girl. I believe her name is Alexandria.
Okay.
She's 18 years old.
So-
She already looks young, but she uses a face filter app
Okay,
to make her look younger.
So Alex, the bearded guy, you're saying that he said that they were using like other like minors instead.
Yes.
Yes, and he said to the person, in his words, this was his defense, that their parents knew about it. Which that doesn't make it right,
That doesn't-
So
because again, they're
okay,
still
so-
minors.
So maybe that's kind of like hard to understand because like just because you said that, like, yeah, that's more like concrete evidence that it might be true. Because like I can't in my mind think that why would like a 16-year-old do that on purpose or like help. Well, maybe, but not even because they don't even show them in the.
Well,
in
the
videos.
16-year-old may have not known better. He may have been like, all right, I'm helping out these people trying to catch a predator. But see, him himself is a minor. If they were using him as a decoy, that is in a way kind of exploiting him because he's a minor.
You mean
And-
her?
Well, no. One of them was a boy. Apparently,
Oh.
from what he said, there was two. There was a 17-year-old and then there was a 16-year-old. From what he said, the
Both-
16-year-old was a boy. I think the 17-year-old was a girl. I'm not entirely sure, but he said that their parents knew about this when they were doing it, but that still doesn't make it right. And depending on what was said between the decoy and whatever predator they were talking to, just will either increase or decrease the severity. Like, if these people were talking sexually and it was an actual 16-year-old, and the fact that these predator poachers were letting that happen for the greater good to catch these predators, that is unironically fucked up, and I have no sympathy for them because that's actually exploiting a child right then and there. Granted, it may not be as bad as sexually talking to a child, but they're still using him, a minor, whether if he knows it's right or wrong, to do that, which that in itself is messed up, and that's worse than him saying the N-word. That's worse than him joking about a 3-year-old in his basement, because that's actually exploiting
That's
minors.
why. That's why the Hansen versus Predator. That's why Chris Hansen's Dateline NBC. They actually, for decoys that show up at the house, it's actually like a 19-year-old theater student or something like that. And like the people who they actually, for the online app where the predators talk to the underage girls. I forget. There's like, I think it's one of them. I don't remember the names.
Isn't it
of
just Instagram?
No. It's like I forget the names. There are actual apps where like it's like teenagers can talk amongst themselves. I don't know what kind of social media it is, but predators usually use it. And I forget the system that they use, but like they work with law enforcement, and what they do use is they do use real photos of 12 and 13-year-olds, but they keep that but it's used with law enforcement, so they obviously know the 12-year-old 13-year-olds know that their pictures are being used and stuff like that, and their identities are kept held. And so I know of that. I don't think that's
Right.
I don't think that's worse.
And
but
the difference, well, I guess the difference between that is that that's an actual law enforcement agency.
Yeah, like
And-
the police force working with the predator. I don't know what they
Right.
Tetrotter. I don't remember.
I mean, and even then, that itself is pretty not sketchy, but it's a little iffy itself too, since they
Well,
are
that's how
using
they-
actual
that's
child.
like- that is how they catch them.
If you're like complaining, well, not complaining, but like calling out these people, shouldn't you be calling out the police that are doing the same thing?
Yeah, in a way, because I do think that in itself is iffy. Because if these people these predator poachers, if they can have an 18-year-old if they can have an 18-year-old who looks young pretend to be a minor, I
Well-
don't see why law enforcement can't do that.
Well, here's the thing.
themselves.
They're only using pictures. The people who are actually using the device texting are adults, the law enforcement. And people who are calling is like an older woman who has a very high-pitched voice that sounds like a girl. And then the decoy is a 19-year-old student.
So then my question is, did the poachers use the pictures only? Is that how they do?
Yeah, if
or
they
did
actually use the people.
Yes. So, with the girl Alexandra who does the face filter app, she'll take a picture of herself, put it through the
I know,
face filter,
and then they
send it.
talk to the predator.
She actually. So what she does, she'll do calls with them. She'll do FaceTime calls
Okay.
with them.
See, that's
but
a
and I
little-
think the other guys of Predator Poachers will actually be messaging them because
Okay.
when she does, she'll do live streams exposing DMs with the Predator. She'll be like, all right, so this is what they said to him, and she'll read them out as if it's her first time reading them. So
Okay.
she may have had some involvement with messaging them, but she mostly just does the calls because she can do a really good job of changing her voice to sound younger, and she'll take the photos.
See, technically, if you're using a photo if the law enforcement is using it to catch it, like if they're just a photo, not the name, because they just use it, they pick out of a
they
hat.
would
using
never
it.
use
No,
the photo,
obviously.
no,
They
no,
pick a
no.
name out of a random freaking hat or something like that. So they just use the photo, and they keep, when they do the videos online, they keep the identities hidden in the face of blur, obviously. The
Nice
12 and
dad.
13. That's the only thing they use of a 12 or 13-year-old. Everything else is through.
We're having serious talk here.
Continue.
just get
So,
go on.
anyways, anyways, that's the only thing that the Predator Poachers, that the Chris Hansen, the Hansen versus Predator shit uses Dateline NBC. That's what they use. Everything else is by adults. Okay.
He just pours water over himself. Oh my
Sorry, my hair was a little messy. I need to clean it up.
Oh my god.
Anyways, we're having it. This is there couldn't be a worse topic to talk about to do this with. We're going to jail.
This is our dark humor.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Chris Hansen, dabs.
Because she just walks in right there. Allow
Oh
me
my
to
God.
introduce ourselves.
Yeah.
So, are you all good? Are you all
Yeah,
good?
no,
Are
we're
you
good. We're good. We got the giggles
You all
out. We
good?
got the giggles out.
Okay. Okay.
So, anyways.
So.
Yes. So continue.
So.
Okay. Well, all right. Do you want me to continue now? Or because I have more stuff I want to say.
I'm sorry.
Just finish. Just finish.
Yeah, okay,
Compose. You're an actor. Come on.
Yeah.
I know, but so you guys were dabbing, and all I was thinking is, they're using the 12 or 13-year-old. All they're using is a 12 or 13-year-old dabbing in a profile picture. That's all I was thinking about when you guys were doing that. Okay, anyways, okay. Oh Christ. Okay. Okay.
Hit the quad.
I'm going. I can't breathe. Oh my god. Okay.
He's standing up. Okay. All right, detective, we good?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, sit down. Okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That one was my fault.
Okay. Anyways, so we're all good.
Yes. Just talk.
Child
Stop talking.
predators, not funny. If you're a sex offender, fuck you. If you like to solicit little minors, fuck you. Don't
Fuck
do
you,
it.
EDP.
Fuck you, EDP. Fuck you, the pizza man delivering 44-year-old to a 13-year-old. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We were just gonna watch the Steelers versus the Ravens, as he said.
you just came in and watched the football game.
Yeah.
If you have not watched any Chris Hansen video of Hansen versus Predator, please watch him because, well, not sidetrack, but the way these predators try to get out of the situation is unbelievable. I was just here to watch a game with a 13-year-old. Yeah.
He goes. Who's playing? Steelers and Ravens.
Fuck, this guy's good.
This guy's good. No, he didn't actually say that. But yeah.
But no. Anyways, I don't think it's wrong to use a minor's photo, or just the photo, to lure the predators in, because you also have people like on Tinder or Bumble who use fake things. Now, granted, those, I don't know if those are the same thing. Like, it could be like an 18-year-old, but then it could be a catfish. I don't know if it's the same thing. Technically, you really can't say that that's illegal unless you're stealing the actual person's identity with their name, their bio, personnel, something like that. You're doing that. But all these people are doing is just using the profile pictures. Now, if they were actually using the actual 16 or 17-year-old as the decoy, then that'd be a little fucked up. So
You know what they should do instead? They should just like take like not minors, but like the girl Alexandria, like, you know how she looks so young. They should like just take her face or something, or someone's face, and then just like Photoshop like some features and like make her.
No.
Yeah.
But then that way it's not someone's real face, but it's like a version of someone's real face.
Let's
That is
say
true.
people.
I mean, that technology wasn't as, I guess, open back then when Chris Hansen was doing this, like the early 2000s.
that
But I'm
is
saying,
true.
modern days, yeah. Now I definitely think instead of
No.
using actual minors, I think there are plenty of people who are adults, 19, 20 years old, who look like they're 13 still. And if you
That's
put a
what
face
the-
filter on that, they can look like they're 10.
Now, the only reason they don't do that is because a lot of people like me, the Chris Hansen videos have, one of them has 40 million views. You're going to notice the decoy. So, and there's one predator who's actually seen the show, who's seen the video. So I think they do that because if they get recognized.
Have multiple decoys. Have more than one.
Well, yes, but you can't really find a lot of people who look young. I mean, who are really great actors who look young. Yes, there are, but you also have to consider maybe they just don't like to pay a lot of people. I don't know.
They don't need to be actors because they can just be like a real person. So let's say when like Chris Hansen's thing,
Yeah, but
Predator comes into the house. There's the person who's supposed to be the minor. You don't give them the script. You just be like, all right, just talk with them for a little, and then at one point walk back, and then I'll walk in. They don't need to give them a script because again, a lot of these people, they won't be actors, but they'll just be like awkward, like a normal person would be meeting someone for sex for the first time. So that makes it more authentic.
Well, I mean, I would rather, if I was to try to cast a sex offender.
Okay, so you're talking about like in Chris Hansen's, because I've never seen any of his videos. I'm gonna be honest.
Oh my goodness, you're missing out.
I'm assuming he used like the actual like people like that in his like
The decoy was a person that the Predator would meet in the house.
So
Yes.
he would actually have the decoy
In the house.
Yes.
Okay, so that's not what I meant.
The 19-year-old, because
So
Go
ahead.
No, let me finish.
Oh, okay.
You
So
talk.
I meant like Photoshop, like how the predator poachers do it. Like they don't even meet them in person; they just confront them before they meet them in the first place.
The girl Alexandra, because one, she lives in a different state.
Mm-hmm.
The predator poachers, the main ones, they live in Texas, so they'll like drive across the country. They'll be the ones to meet up with the predator.
Mm-hmm.
Alexandria is never there, from what I've seen, like most of their videos.
So, but I think they train the actor. That's why if I were the Chris Hansen or the police force, I would rather use a theater student who's trained about like if a sex offender actually comes at them, if they attack them, they know what to do. Than to pull a random person off the street who looks young. That's what that's why I think they use the same person over and over again. But what you were just talking about, they drive across country. So let's say you go on. This is why we hate them. Really, you didn't. I don't think you've talked about this, but when you go on PredatorPoachers.com, the first thing that comes up, $3 donation. You can be a part of a Patreon. $5 donation, $20 donation. There's an up to an $1,800 donation where they can come to your city or state so that they can find predators. Now here's the thing. That's when you. If I watch, I'm gonna go on.
They
Predator
say they'll
Poachers.
stay there for 3 days.
Predator.
Poachers. And here's my question: why would you spend $1,800 instead of just, I don't know, calling the police?
Predator Poachers
if you know there's a
official-
predator in your town.
Clout.
This is
No, I know, but who would pay $1,800?
This is the first thing that
No, I can just show an image.
I know,
it's fine.
but to him, this is the first thing that comes up. You have to donate.
Yeah.
And then there's merch.
It-
You can ready. Critical Penguin Zero. He did his live stream on it, and he cut it down to a 33-minute video, and he talked about this, and it's pretty freaking funny. Who the hell would want to go around with a T-shirt that says Predator Poachers? Like, what kind of merch are you selling? Like, maybe it was Chris Hansen's face, that'd be kind of funny, but just Predator Poachers.
With this now, there's not like a new thing, but people have discovered that I think it's the $5 donation on their account where it says you can get quote unquote uncensored chat logs. So that means if you were to spend $5, you could get EDP's uncensored chat logs, which contains his dick in it.
And shit.
And
Because he said- He said
Okay, so that's okay. So
He goes, "I took the message."
So after I started coming at the Predator Poachers, I meant to talk about because a lot more stuff has come out regarding EDP now with these guys.
That's fucking funny.
Last week I put the link in the description to the chat logs. They did a live stream, that girl Alexandria, where she exposed the chat logs. At one point, he sends a photo of him of his shit in the toilet, and this was like
Just
the
took a
second day
mess
of
of
them
shit.
talking. Now some people theorize that was him seeing if it was a real person or not. There are so many other ways you could try to authenticate if that's a real person you're talking
See-
about. You don't need to send them a photo of your shit. Who does that? And I couldn't help but notice that when he got up and took that photo, he didn't even wipe. There was no toilet paper in that bowl. It was just a big brown log of shit.
A lot of people on the Chris Hansen things, the Predators actually ask the people, "Can you put 5 fingers up in front of your face?" And and they'll ask the decoys
Yes.
to do that,
Yeah,
so that they can send
way to
them. They can
authenticate.
verify.
That's one way you could do it. Like if I was talking to someone I may seem like a bot. Now hold on, that sounded wrong. I mean,
Yeah,
like if someone
yes.
like a bot who I thought was a bot messaged me, I would send them say, "Hey, could you take a photo of doing this?" And if they did it, okay, cool. Anyways, so now as of us uploading our last episode, which was on Tuesday, the next day, I believe it was on Wednesday, Predator Poachers uploaded the full confrontation with EDP445. Basically, it's a 15-minute video. They showed the chat logs at the beginning, and
50,
they confront him in California. And so basically what happens is, obviously we're not going to go through the video, but I'll give a synopsis of what happened. They meet up with him. He goes up, they talk. He's trying to be chill with them. He's trying to give him a fist bump. They don't want anything to do with it.
Came here for a cupcake.
That was his reason. He goes, I'm going to be honest with you, man. The reason why I came here was she said she was going to make some cupcakes. I was going to get a cupcake and go right the fuck home.
And yep.
Obviously, that's BS, dude. He lives in California. There's like at least 20 cupcake stores around him that he could have just gone to.
And
And
I
so,
love it. Yeah.
anyways, I'll say what they did and how that played out, and then I'll kind of give my criticism, our
Yeah.
criticism
Oh,
of how
God,
of how the Predator Poachers handled it. So
it's fucking ridiculous. But
basically, they say, why would you do this? He gives the excuse that, I'll be honest, man, it's loneliness. I feel like no one wants me. And I'll say what you want about the Predator Poachers, but they did give a good, valid reason. They said, bro, you have over 3 million followers in total. You mean to tell me that there is not one legal adult who's a female in your
Over
DMs
18.
wanting you over the age of 18? Like, come on. Okay, obviously, he's not like a model. He's not the best looking dude. There's still obviously someone in his DMs who would say, hey, listen, babe, you want to hook up? Whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, he's gotten with a teacher before, apparently. He's had a girlfriend
apparently,
before.
who knows if that's true now?
That's what he said. And so, at one point, he starts asking them questions like, guys, is my life over? And they're like, oh, that's up for you to decide. Why would you say that? Of course his life is over, bro. He's trying to meet with who we thought was a 13-year-old. And then when they start threatening to call the police on him, he starts walking away. He starts panicking. He starts crying. And the one thing that EDP kept saying, I'm going to leave the link to the video in the description, but the one thing he kept saying, they were like, why would you do this? He was like, I mean, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
No, we don't know what you mean. We don't know what it's like to be attracted to a 13-year-old. And he kept saying that, you guys know what I mean, right? He goes, you know how it is. No, we don't know how it is. What are you talking about? So, but the worst thing not the worst thing, but the thing that screwed him over is that he admitted to everything because he believed that if he were to completely come clean with everything of what happened, he thought that they wouldn't call the cops on him. And they kind of set it up to seem like that was the case. But then at the end, they ended up just calling the cops anyway. Now, here's where my criticism comes in for this. They handled this so unprofessionally. They were like this before in the other videos I would watch of theirs, and even then they would kind of piss me off when they would do this, but since this is a lot more of a serious case, and this guy was just, I don't know, he's just I don't know what it was, but I just feel like it was handled even more unprofessionally, and that one dude with the black hair and the mask on, I wanted to knock his ass out, dude. I'm sorry. He was pissing me.
The video.
If you watch the video, dude, the white kid with the mask on and the black hair, he will piss you off.
Like,
oh my God.
The way he spoke, so you know how
it's so degrading.
I think I would say I'm a pretty good speaker. I know how to speak. I know how to project my voice. I know how to speak. This guy, I'm calling Kyle Finn out. He was terrible at interviewing me for a project for Bryant. He was stuttering. It's okay. He's in front of a camera. It's okay. This dude is 10 times worse. Like, literally, he's stuttering. Nothing is prepared. Like, it seemed like they said this 100 times. We've done this before. It seems like they've never fucking done this before. Now, while you were just doing this, I had to check this out. Apparently, YouTube deleted his channel.
Yeah.
It's not
EDP?
on there.
Yeah,
but apparently
there's no
his
videos
second channel, I don't know if this is his real second channel, but
Yeah, it is.
It says 1 week later, but it moved quickly. I don't know if that was before or after, but they deleted all of his videos, all of his things, which they should have.
Mm-hmm.
So they deleted every video on his main channel the day before the Sting took place. That's actually interesting. So, but okay, so literally the first thing that opens up is in the video is the dude with the beard who pisses me off, who was actually our age. He's 21. He doesn't seem like it.
Huge.
He has to be 6'5".
He's
That's
6'4",
fucking least. So,
like
yeah.
270.
He graduated 2018 in the school, so he's our age. The first thing opens up, guys, make sure you like, subscribe. And I go, oh fucking God, and it looks like it was recording this phone.
I think they only, not that it's a bad thing that they did what they did, but I think they only did this just for views.
Yes.
And
I'm gonna say why, because this video was kept getting postponed because it was not getting ads.
That's really what they said.
The
They said
main
as
reason.
soon as the video turns green, monetized, then we'll upload it. Now, here's the thing. I have no problem with people getting money off of doing stuff like this.
But
Like, for example,
That was their main motive.
that was their main
main
motive.
motive.
That's the thing. Someone like Anxiety War, who does something like this, but he does it 10 times better. He'll say, hey guys, listen, if you want to support me on Patreon, you'll have exclusive content on there, like catches that aren't allowed on YouTube. You can support me there. You can buy like stickers, stuff like that. But he's not pushing it. It's not his main motive. He goes, I already have a full-time job, guys. This is not my career. I just do this because I genuinely enjoy catching predators.
It's
He's way better with it because he's not doing it for the money. That just so happens to come from people supporting him.
And so
Whereas predator poachers, like you said, it's their main motive is money, which when dealing with something as serious as child predators, that is very, very messed up.
Yeah.
And so, like we saw on the website, $5, you could see the unsolicited, uncensored chats of EDP. You could literally see his dick.
Who is paying $1,800 though? Like, I don't. At
that point, just call the police.
At that point, like, his channel blew up because I don't know what happened to the original Predator Approaches channel, but he has his own channel now where he uploaded the video. Did they do a good thing? Yes. Are they not? Are they good people? No. It's the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Right.
So it's the ugly is EDP. The bad is the channel. The good is the situation that they're trying to do.
They're the lesser of the two evils, you
Yes.
could say.
So
it's along with.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I was just gonna say along with them just strictly doing this for money because that's what it seems like. They handle the EDP sting very unprofessionally because
it pissed me the fuck off.
Some things they said were kind of funny. They were coming at his weight and stuff, but when you're dealing with something like this, you need to handle it more professionally. I get it. You hate the guy's guts. What he did was messed up, but when you're doing something like interviewing someone, asking them, why would you do this? You need them. This sounds messed up. You need them to feel comfortable talking to you. Like
Chris Hansen.
Police investigations, when they're interviewing someone who they know is pretty guilty, whether if they've already been caught or they're interviewing like a serial killer or a child predator, they have to do everything they can to make sure that person feels comfortable so they can get them talking. Like a police officer will walk into the interrogation room and try to be friendly with them. Like, hey, how you doing, man? Did you watch the hockey game last night?
The good cop.
The good cop.
And then there's always a bad cop,
do you need a cup of water? Things like that. Yeah, so they try to get people like that to talk. And I'll give you an example of when they try to do, like, not the bad cop, but like the bad investigator. There was a guy named Peter Scully in the Philippines. I don't know if I've talked about him before. Basically, he had a video on the deep web called Daisy's Destruction. It's a child pornography video. It was probably about as deranged as it gets. An Australian woman from 60 Minutes was interviewing him, and she was just insulting him. She was saying, how did you feel when you got caught? Did you feel as pathetic as you look? And when she kept saying these things like that, Granted, I don't blame her, but because she was dealing with that so unprofessionally, at one point Peter Scully said, all right, no comment. And anytime she would ask a question, he would just say, everything will be in the journal, some journal he was working on that never came out. So because he didn't feel comfortable talking to her because he was just going to degrade her, she was just going to degrade him, he just shut down. He didn't answer any questions.
Yeah.
So as messed up as you feel doing it, you have to make these people feel comfortable talking to you so they can just give you the honest truth. I guess that's what they may have been going for when they tried to say to him, we're not going to call the cops if you tell us the truth. I mean, at the end of the day, they were just lying to him, which you can't really call that. You can't really call that entrapment because that's more like with police entrapment. So, but I wouldn't call it entrapment either way.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go on a full tangent here, but the video is 50 minutes long. Now,
It'll be in the description. Definitely watch it.
Don't support them.
Description. Well, sorry. Description of the YouTube video, not the.
Yes, that's what I meant. Yes, sorry.
Don't support them at all. The way did they do a good thing? Like I said, yes. There were some questions which were good. Then they just kept repeating the questions. Like if you watch Chris Hansen vs. Predator, he goes to different routes. He asks the same questions, but he goes to different routes to ask them. He gets more information. He seems friendly. He seems like he's not going to hurt them. These people, yes, they call him a hungry hippo. That was kind of funny. They call him, this isn't about my 600-pound life. I'll go, okay, that's a little bit enough with the fat jokes. And they go, you can't run away from this physically or literally. And I go, oh, like this. They just kept coming at his fatness.
You think they came out up with like those puns like before?
I 100% believe they did not have anything scripted because here's the thing. They called the police at the end of the video, which pissed me the fuck off. This thing with Chris Hansen is that the police are already involved. They're already in the Sting house. They already know that when Chris Hansen is done saying, and once he says, I need you to know something, I'm Chris Hansen, and this is Hansen versus Predator, you have to leave through this door, and when they leave through the door, the police cuff them. So they call the police at the end. We have no idea if EDP got arrested that day, that night. We have no idea because he was calling someone. He's saying I was getting arrested after they called the police, and then he drove off. That was so unprofessional. They kept asking the same questions. They go, dude, why do you keep doing this? Yes, you want to get the information out there from him, but they just handled it so poorly. It pissed me off. It pissed me the fuck off to the point like you do not care. You just care about getting views. You care about your fame, and that pisses me off. See, I made a joke with Nicky, and I said we should do this, haunted or not, predator or not. We should do that. We should do it. But here's the thing. I said to him, we could do it professionally. We could actually get involved with the actual police. We could do something like that. Obviously, I don't think maybe we could, who the hell knows, but we could do it so much professionally better than them. And it just, a 50-minute video that was recorded on a phone, nothing was professionalized. Like the dude he didn't even cut this out. The cameraman, when he was backing away, the dude with the beard, like angrily, like Nicky's saying angrily, like if Nicky were angrily telling me to come closer to the camera, like move closer to the camera.
Yeah, because they wanted to get a good shot.
Like he didn't cut that out.
Because again, they cared more about the monetization. They cared about how good it looked and how good they looked, than actually doing the right thing.
It was annoying. Like obviously, if EDP does not get arrested, then they did not do the job well done. I'm 100% believe, 99.9% sure that
it has been confirmed the police are investigating EDP now.
Okay.
So
but they haven't arrested him.
No, there hasn't been an arrest yet made, but that police are investigating him, and he actually made it on TV, on news.
Shit.
EDP. They didn't say his name, and they didn't release EDP's name. I mean, everyone knows who it is, but because now there's an actual police investigation, now it's been reported by actual news.
But because he hasn't been arrested, now this pisses me off because if it was Chris Hansen, he would have already been arrested right then and there when he walked through the door.
Yeah, because the difference is, sorry to cut you off, but the difference is that the Predator poachers, they didn't even call the police before they made the sting.
Yeah.
If they said, hey, there's a guy here meeting to meet up with a 13-year-old, they could go there, interview him, and by the time they were done, the police would come there and pick him up. And with Chris Hansen, police are already there. They've
been working there for weeks, but here's the thing. Like the Predator Project said, we've done this hundreds of times. We've worked with law enforcement. No, you fucking haven't, because it sounds like you fucking haven't.
No, they haven't.
And that pisses me the fuck off. Like, family members know police officers in departments. I could get arranged with this, like, easily like that. And then these guys have been doing it for however long, and they said this is what we do. You are not prepared. A 50, almost 55-minute, an hour video, basically, of you just peppering, just getting the guy, pestering the guy, just, keep going at him about his weight, about his height, but like his weight, why he does the things he does. Yes, you want to get as much information as you can, but they did it so unprofessionally, and that pissed me the fuck off.
Yeah.
So if you want to do a good thing, you want to catch a child predator, you want to catch a sex offender, talk to law enforcement. Don't do it on your own because it can get ugly. If you want to try to do it, get involved with the law enforcement. Don't do what these guys do. Don't do it unprofessionally. Like, know what you're doing.
Like, personally, I support this kind of thing. Doing
Oh, the cause? Oh, yes.
Yeah, catching predator, even if you're
100%.
not. I know a lot of law enforcement agencies are against it. You could get yourself or someone else hurt. I still support it, but I would do it the way Anxiety Award does it.
Or
because
Chris Hansen, yeah.
Because they're a lot more professional when it comes to confronting these people. They don't try to roast or degrade them. They just try to ask, why are you doing this? So I do fully support that. But again, if you are going to do that, you got to make sure you maintain a level of professionalism, and you got to be respectful as much as it hurts because they're child predators. But if you want them to talk, they got to feel comfortable talking to you in the first place. So that's what I'll say on that.
We're going to move on to Lil Tay.
Yeah.
Real quick, are we still doing? Is this round 2?
Round 2, yes.
This is round
We'll
two.
get it, yes.
Yeah. So, all right. So, a few days ago on the Instagram for Lil Tay, which has been deactivated and not posting since about
Haven't heard of
2018.
hers. Yep, haven't heard of
Almost
hers
3
since
years now. Out of nowhere, someone posts on Lil Tay's story saying, "We have bad news about Lil Tay."
Yeah, I saw that.
They didn't say anything else after that for the whole day. And people are like, what the hell's going on? Did she die? Is she in pain? Did she get hurt? What happened? And then, this is where it starts to get a little messed up. The next day, they say tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like, they're trying to hype up about this. Why would you hype up something regarding the possible endangerment of a child? We were just talking about child predators and predator poachers. Man.
She's like, what, 13 now?
She's like about 12 or 13 now. Yeah, because it's about 3 years later. So
what actually happened?
Yeah,
so,
I don't know, so.
Oh, and then after that, they post in 2 hours. They post again. So again, they're trying to hype up this situation.
Oh, my goodness.
And so then they post this video on Lil Tay's Instagram. It's a video of her crying, and this is the video right here. It's a video of her crying, and then the caption says, "This was the moment in 2018 my mom showed Tay the court order from her abusive absentee father demanding custody, money, and control over her career. Starting today, she will be fighting for her life in the Supreme Court of Canada. Tay has no money left to pay lawyers for fighting for her freedom. Her father has stolen everything from her. She has been physically and mentally abused by Chris Hope, her father, and his current wife. Please go visit the link in bio for the full story in the GoFundMe and donate and share. Your donation will go towards Tay's legal fees, giving her a fighting chance at freedom in court. You are Tay's last hope in saving her from a life of abuse." And then they post another video of showing Chris Hope, the father.
Let me see the dad.
This is what he looks like. He's white.
Oh, God, looks like a long nose like Squidward.
Yeah,
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so
He looks like Squidward from that one episode where he has the leaf on top of, and he's just gray.
Oh, no.
So apparently, when the father won custody over Lil Tay in 2018, apparently he took all control over her money and finances.
That's fucked.
Now this is what the mother, or more primarily the brother of Lil Tay, is claiming.
Because the brother has the own.
Because basically he was the one who was in control of Lil Tay when she was like the hype beast. Like, I have all these cars and stuff. He's claiming that Chris Hope, when he took custody of her, took all control over her money, spent millions of dollars on clothes, all these luxuries, vacation, and basically took all of Lil Tay's money. And he's also claiming that he physically and mentally abused her. So now
This story is so fucked up.
So now he put a GoFundMe in the link for Lil Tay's bio on her Instagram, asking for donations for this, and I'll go to the thing. It's called SaveLilTay.com, and right now it's reached only $11,818 out of $150,000, which is their goal. And if you go to it, it says Lil Tay will be fighting for her life, future, and freedom starting April 23rd, 2021, which is when they posted the GoFundMe. And it basically just talks about how Tay is in an abusive relationship. Her father abuses her. He takes all of her money, things like that. And they're doing this for legal fees. That's why they have the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
So now my criticism for this is, why the hell would you hype up the endangerment of a child?
So
I understand you're trying to get people talking about it so more people may potentially support you.
Yeah.
But you made it seem like this was going to be
die.
we have bad news about Lil Tay. We're thinking, okay, this is a 12-year-old girl. Anything could have happened. She could have been hurt. She could be hospitalized. She could be dead. People start thinking of the worst because when it comes to social media.
I think it would have had a bigger impact if they just posted the GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because
if it just came out of nowhere, if they just posted the video of Lil Tay crying, that would have caught everyone by surprise. Everyone would have been like, whoa, wait a minute. What is going on? We need to support this girl. That would have been. But the fact that they hyped it up tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 2 hours. I'm sorry. if they genuinely didn't mean to be assholes about that, if that was just their way of hyping it up,
They don't
They
know
need
how
a
to-
better PR department. I'm sorry. That is the worst way you
they
can.
can't afford one.
Yeah, they can't.
True.
They
Yeah.
really
I mean,
actually can't. But here's
True,
so
true, but-
when Lil Tay came out, what was it? 2017, 2018?
Yeah, about 2017.
Around there,
So
yeah.
and because I remember like PewDiePie, like big YouTubers would like talk about it. Like we thought, like this girl's an asshole. What is she doing? Like why is she flaming all this money? And then little did we find out that her dad it's not really all hers. It's like and then like from Instagram she got all this actual money. And if that is true, like what her dad needs to be burned at a stake at that point. Like that is just an asshole, just taking your own child's money, beating them mentally, physically. Like that's just not right. So now to support that, you should. Yeah, I mean, like that is something because I'm guessing she's gonna fight the fact that she's been mentally abused, that her father took all of her money and stuff like that. So I understand that support. I understand that, but. Like the way to do that I would have just if I was an illegal fee or fighting for my life in a freaking hospital, my mom would have just been like 2 hours fight for Gian and like everyone would be like what like and then like you would have just posted the GoFundMe right then and there, not just hype it up to
because because people were still to this day were saying what happened to Lil Tay, where did she go? So she was still, it wasn't like she was completely irrelevant. So if they just posted the video saying guys, Lil Tay's in trouble, she needs help, people would be like oh shit, this is serious.
Let's help
we
out.
need to help out, she's a child. And in the GoFundMe, it also says that they claim that Chris Hope has not seen Tay in over 5 years since 2013. Since 2018, he hasn't
So
seen it over 5 years,
he
and he owed over $400,000 in child support, and he hadn't seen her since. But once she started gaining popularity, that's when he wanted custody.
Bruh, that's fucked
So-
up and he knows it.
Do you think
And here's the thing. Here's another criticism I have. Again, I'm not trying to like say this is completely fake because if she's genuinely in danger, I genuinely hope she's okay. I do want the best for her. But if you go to the GoFundMe, if you look at these photos, it shows photos of life of abuse. But if you look at the photos of Lil Tay, how old do you think she is in those photos at the GoFundMe?
Like 3, 4.
These photos are from a few years ago. Like that photo of the mark on her face. In 2018, she was about 9, right? So then in 2013, about 5 years ago, she was about 4.
2013 wasn't 5 years ago?
From 2018.
Oh.
5 years before 2018 was 2013. So around that, she was about
4.
So why are they using photos of... Okay, if they're trying to say that as of recently, since about 2018, Lil Tay has been abused from her father, why would they show photos from a few years ago?
I don't think they were saying that just recently. I think he's just always been an asshole. That's what
Yeah,
I've heard.
that's what I figured
That's
too.
what I've heard.
Well,
like,
so
he
be it,
just
but they definitely would have... If he was physically abusing her, wouldn't they have some kind of evidence that modern...
Here's the difference. Has the brother seen Lil Tay recently?
It doesn't say. I'm not entirely sure.
So that's the gap right there. 'cause
Yeah,
That is
we
true. He
don't
could have
know.
control over her like social media and phone.
So
All right. Well,
I don't know.
I just feel like
Yeah. I don't know if it's real.
it's
or
not
fake.
manipulative. I'm not
No,
saying that. I'm just
no.
saying it's just interesting that they use such young photos. Maybe these are photos from when she was younger. But then why wouldn't they try to do something against him if he was abusing her then? That's my only question. I'm not trying to criticize. I'm genuinely
not
wondering.
see her for 5 years after that.
Right. So since 2013, if she's about, let's say, 4 in these
So
photos.
if that's 2013, right when about he left, then that would kind of make sense to me.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So then, but then again, my question is why wouldn't
And
they
I'll
try to
answer.
do something in 2013?
Because
when she was being abused, then if she was.
when you have an abusive relationship, you keep that held on because you in your brain, especially at a young age, you think it's normal. Like as sad as it is, if a parent is beating a child, like the child thinks that this is normal life. They don't want to do anything about it.
Right,
And
but-
especially with a domestic like a wife or a wife and a husband or like a boyfriend and a girlfriend, like they keep that held inside. Especially with rape victims, like they
Right, but
keep
I'm saying like, okay, obviously at that time, if she was being abused in 2013 when she was 4, she wouldn't know what to say. But it seems like, so if the family knew in 2013, like especially if the mother, why didn't she try to do anything? Because who took these photos
But see,
when she was young with all these marks on her face? Who took those
Probably
photos?
her mother.
Then at that point, if the mother is aware that her child's being abused, it's their responsibility to get them out and do something
So,
then.
yeah, but then
So-
they didn't see each other for 5 years.
And it's also because
Right.
let's say the dad was like if the dad's controlling the mom too, like it's sad to say, like it's a harsh reality to live in, but like a lot of people and especially family, like if the dad is beating up the child, I wouldn't be surprised if he did something to the mom like that. I wouldn't be surprised
Right.
at all. So he would probably be like, if you say anything, I'm gonna kill you. People do that. Like, it's serious. Like,
And then my question is, how the hell did he get custody of her in 2018? If like they were able to bring this up in court in 2018 that hey, he abused her when she was younger, how the hell did he get custody?
because he's a guy. If you were to take
No,
If-
no, I will fight you on this.
Well,
Women usually get custody most of the time.
a lot of times, but when you have cases like these in it's if the dad the dad has money, right? The dad originally did have money.
Well, he did. I don't know how rich he was. I mean, he may have either just been
Because wasn't Lil
evil, or
Tay-
maybe he could have been broke because he owed over $400,000 in child support.
Well,
he didn't pay any
I
of
feel
it.
like I feel like he didn't want to pay that. But
Yeah.
like, I feel
I
like
think that's why he took went for custody anyway, so they didn't have to pay it.
yeah. So and wasn't Lil Tay when she was flaunting all that like rich stuff? Wasn't that like her dad or something like that? Or she was like living in like
No,
hotels.
It was her mom.
Her mom was a real estate agent.
Yeah.
Okay, then
So
what-
all those
what-
cars,
what-
all those
what-
houses, those weren't actually hers.
what was the dad then?
The dad wasn't in the picture until 2018.
Until 2018.
So all
Until when he
those
tried-
videos of Lil Tay in 2017, that was her brother and stuff who was setting all that up and filming her. And all those places were locations that her mother would work at because she was a real estate agent. And they even said that the bills she would use was potentially fake prop $20 bills or whatever. But all the cars she was in, all the nice luxurious houses she was in, those weren't hers.
Okay. Yeah, I
Those are just
knew it
places
wasn't
that her
hers,
mother worked at.
but yeah. So I mean, like,
the
it's,
father at that time wasn't in the picture until once he saw that his daughter was getting popularity. That's when he wanted to fight for custody for her.
Well, yeah. So maybe like there was something with maybe divorce, like with the divorce papers said or something like that. I don't know, but like when when having custody over a child, it's very difficult because like both of the parents have to agree on something, or they have to agree with.
Not always.
Well,
Maybe your parents, maybe, but
Yes.
not every single.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like, and then it gets ugly, and so sometimes it's not all females or mothers get full custody. Not all the time,
But most of them do.
Most of the time, yes. But this could be one of those cases where the father get. I don't know how. I don't know if there was a bribe or something like that. I don't know what, but so.
And I don't mean to be harsh on this. It's just, again, these are very serious allegations against this guy, Chris, and this is a very serious thing. So, I'm just trying to make sure this is legit. And if this is, and I seem like a complete asshole, I apologize. And I genuinely hope Lil Tay has the best for what's to come to her. I hope she gets, the best outcome for this. I hope, she gets to safety because no one wants to see a child or just anyone in general abused. So if Chris Hope is doing these things and it's confirmed that he is abusing her, then he's a scumbag and he needs to be put away. I agree, but these are very serious things, so we just have to take them like seriously, but not lightly, but we just
with a grain of salt.
with a grain of salt, yeah, because we can't just go out and say, oh, he's an abusive asshole, because there's no concrete hardcore evidence at the time of us recording this. We don't have a right to say that. So that's all I'm saying. But again, I genuinely hope Lil Tay is okay, and I hope the best comes out for her. So,
and if this is all publicity stunt just to get more money, that is the most asshole thing to do.
This is the worst. I don't think this is a publicity stunt. I genuinely think that they just had a horrible way of
Promoting it.
Promoting it.
Yeah, I know
guess you
that
could
sounds
say.
weird to say, but like it feels like it.
Again, I think they probably did that because they wanted more people to have eyes and ears on it.
That, yeah.
But again, it just looked like they were trying to hype it up, which you should never do when it comes to the safety of a child. So
Yeah.
I'll say that. Yeah.
Well,
okay. Well, we had a very serious video today. Let's move on.
To the movie bracket.
We're on round 2.
No, not thank God, because this is where it gets
Round
hard.
two.
No, I'll say this, dude. We should have been on round 2 like 3 weeks ago. So I'm glad we're finally on here. That's
round 2.
Oh,
so
okay.
Give me the damage, bro.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do like we did before. Oh, excuse me. 2 different matchups.
We're gonna have to talk about the descriptions again.
So no, we don't have
No.
to talk about the description movie. We can briefly talk about what we like, what we now we can talk about what we dislike, because now we can get into nitty and gritty. But we don't have to go, oh, this happened in the movie, oh, that happened. But talk about, what you liked, colors, if they were there or not, because these are going to be two different movies going up against each other. But instead of going boom and boom, I'm going to start from the bottom, and then one matchup at the bottom, and then one matchup at the top, so that we can work our way up. So the first one we'll do today is going to be Joker versus Good Will Hunting. And then I'll say what the other one is.
I think you're going to work your way down.
Yep.
to
So
the bottom.
for the bottom, and then I'm going to do the bottom one too. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, does anyone want to go first with Joker, or do you want me to
Wait,
start?
what's the bottom
Yeah,
one?
what's the bottom
the
one?
bottom one. Oh, okay. Well,
Christ almighty.
so I'm gonna do, and then it's gonna be the Lego Movie versus Shawshank Redemption. We're gonna go from bottom, and then work our way up all the way.
Okay.
So, Joker versus Good Will Hunting. I mean, Joker, I think the acting, both movies are better with acting, I think, than most movies. But, I mean, Joker was shot well. The acting is done well. There's some things in there that I would have changed, but let's not get into that. Good Will Hunting is kind of funny, but is on a more serious tone. So, I mean, you have Robin Williams, you have Matt Damon.
I guess they're both serious in their own
They are
way,
very both serious movies, but
and they have their own comedy in their own way.
yeah,
so.
well,
Joker's is a lot more twisted.
yeah. I mean, when he
twisted comedy.
Comedy is subjective.
when he kills the
Yeah.
guy in his apartment, he goes to the midget. I'll let you go.
Yeah, no, that was a good one. That was funny. Yeah.
I mean, I like both of them. I'm not gonna say which one I want, but I mean, what do you think about both movies?
All right, so like you said,
Yeah.
the acting in both movies are phenomenal. They both deal with serious topics in their own way. Good Will Hunting deals more so with like a socioeconomic standpoint, whereas that like someone who came from a rough neighborhood, like how he acts. Granted, he's a brilliant individual, but because of how he was raised and like the abuse and stuff he went through throughout his childhood, he's a rather aggressive individual.
Yeah.
And I guess Joker talks about that as well because it's also a socioeconomic thing because Joker lives in a rather crime-ridden area, but also has to deal with more so with mental health because the guy was a nutcase. I mean, he was schizophrenic.
Yeah.
It shows that at the end when he's in that girl's apartment that she never even had gone on a date with them that entire time. He imagined that girl and him were dating because that's how schizophrenia works. And he has the pseudo-bulbar effect where he laughs uncontrollably and he can't help it. And I will say Joaquin Phoenix did a phenomenal job imitating that kind of laugh because if you go on YouTube,
Oscar for it.
He did win an Oscar for it. Well deserved, I think.
there you go, proven right then and there.
Well-deserving.
But if you look up the pseudo-bulbar,
It's a real
thing. Guy in his car laughing uncontrollably. Joaquin Phoenix did a phenomenal job.
Oh, God, yeah.
Just imitating the pain there is because you can't control it. So, and it's a comedy, like hey, I'm going to be on the Murray Show tonight. And, comedy is subjective. I will say Joker's a lot more quotable than Good Will Hunting. But at the same time, Good Will Hunting is also a very good movie. It's more of a lighter movie in its own way, compared to Joker. But
Yeah. The only thing that... you're going to say something?
I was just going to say... no, I guess that's basically...
I just wanted, and then you can say it, but like the only thing that really would piss me off is Todd Phillips, the director, even like hinted at this, because at the end of the movie, he's at Arkham. I guess he's at a psychiatric place. I don't know where, but he's the woman is like in the confined space with him, and he's laughing, and she goes, "What are you laughing about?" And he goes, "You wouldn't get it." And Todd Phillips, the director, even hinted at this, like, "Oh, maybe it was all in his head," and then it gets me really riled up. And I go, then the movie never happened, and that just pisses me off.
They're making another one, so we may find out.
I know.
Are they?
Yeah, are they making a part 2 to that movie?
I thought Joaquin Phoenix was like, no.
That's kind of been iffy. It hasn't because this movie isn't really a movie you can get a sequel for. Granted, it made $1 billion fucking dollars, but like
I worked when it came out, bro. They had cops like
they
did. They had undercover cops,
bro.
But like, if you come to the conclusion, we're like, oh, it never really happened. It was all in his head. Then I'm like, then what's the point of the movie then? Like that would just.
Hey, it's one of those movies that makes you think, huh?
But that like when he didn't, the girlfriend wasn't really there. That like, oh yeah, but
Right.
like then it was like, it never really happened. Like, and I'm like. Then where did the movie start? Like, then you really think about it. Then how did he get there? When
Right.
did the movie So?
Also, I'll say one more thing. Good Will Hunting has a more happier ending to it.
Yes.
And it's nothing in the
More
movie that makes you
satisfying.
think. It's more satisfying, going to see about a girl.
Yes.
Son of a bitch stole his line.
And then
You basically said everything. So.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
come on, just say what you like about it.
About
Which one is shot better? Do you think?
shot better? I would say it depends.
Okay.
Cause I'm gonna say shot better was Joker, just
Okay.
because I feel like we all know. Well, not we all know Joker, but that's not the reason.
Yeah, I know. I have speed dial.
So when you mean like shot better, you're talking about those things like the stair scene?
Yeah.
Okay.
Cause I feel like Joker had better cinematic scenes than Good Will Hunting,
Okay.
in my opinion. But I feel like Good Will Hunting has more like
A straight story kind of.
but it had more parts to its story. It had
Okay.
more just what's the word?
More flow.
Yeah.
Okay.
The story flowed better. It had
I agree.
Yeah.
it had-
Because Joker is about a man. It's just about
Skin-
it's a character development movie. That's what it is. And then Good Will Hunting it's kind of the same thing, but you see people in his life coming in and out. And I mean,
what you could say
like,
is
you can understand why Will is like how he is, and then Joker,
Yes.
you just see how he is.
yeah.
see it
I would
evolve.
say they're opposite in a way too because they're both about character development. However, Arthur Fleck throughout the movie he gets gradually worse. Will Hunting he gets gradually better throughout the movie.
But you also see why he's like the way he is.
Why you see why the way he is, and you see why Joaquin Phoenix gets worse because of the things that happen to him.
Yeah.
So
So are we ready to decide what we are? Or?
Joker.
I saw that coming. You can go first.
Good Will Hunting.
Fuck.
You son of a bitch. Really?
Good Will Hunting is. I think it's.
I love Good Will Hunting, but I just think, dude, the first time I saw Joker, I was blown away. I love that movie. It's one of my favorite movies of all time.
I saw Taxi Driver beforehand, and that's basically the same thing as
That
Joker.
is true, but that's a really good movie.
But Good
too.
Will Hunting, like it, that hit me hard.
Or Miguel, think of it this way. Remember what we do? The isolated
Well,
island. Isolated
don't
island.
really do that. Don't do that to him though, because then he's gonna be.
That just makes my choice easier though.
So
All right,
exactly.
so ready? So if you had to go on a desolated island, shut up. If you had to go on a desolated island and you had to only choose one movie between those two, from the bottom of your heart, which would you pick?
From the bottom of my heart, I choose Good Will Hunting.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
Son of a
Sorry,
bitch.
Nicky.
It's all right.
Good Will Hunting.
It's a good movie. So
And then when we do the Interstellar versus 1917, because you
I
want
gotta
to
see that,
rewatch Interstellar, will go up against Good Will Hunting. So now we'll go all the way down at the bracket. The Lego movies versus Shawshank Redemption. While these movies are similar,
yeah, they're the
they
exact
both
same
have
thing.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah. Lego movie has Morgan. Oh, that's
They
right.
both have Morgan Freeman.
The Craggle.
the Craggle. It's basically a prison escape. No, I'm kidding.
Is Will Ferrell in Red Dead? Red Dead.
I can't even laugh. I said that one time too.
Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
goodness.
said that last time we talked about
These
this movie.
movies are too. Unlike Good Will Hunting and Joker, where they're both character development movies, and you see how people's lives affect each other.
Lego movie's a character development movie, kind of.
You know,
Okay,
he-
but compared to Shawshank Redemption, they are vastly different than Good Will Hunting and Joker.
I would say Shawshank Redemption doesn't really have a character development because he knows who he is. He knows he
Yes.
didn't do it. It's more so of just getting himself
You
out of a
see
situation.
about prison life and stuff like that.
Right. It's
so-
more about the bigger picture kind of type
And the
deal.
so Shawshank Redemption, like, I mean, you have quotable lines. You have the quotable scene where he scoops his way out of the hole. And that movie, when I first saw it, I was like, it's one of my favorite movies. The way it's shot as well, the way it's acted as well, the way you find out, we've talked about this, the way you find out that it wasn't really Dufresne who did it. It was the dude, I forget, Tommy. Tommy knew someone in another prison that did it. And then the warden said, nah, goodbye.
Yep, he takes out the guy because
Yep, Mr.
and-
Krabs shoots him.
the reason why because Andy Dufresne was like his accountant basically. He was making him money.
Yep,
Doing
and,
good for the prison.
So, and then you see a little bit more of like the dark side of the warden, and like you see Morgan Freeman's side of the story, and then it's a very happy. Both movies have happy endings. And unlike the Lego movie, the Duplo people come out, and then you have the Lego movie, where I mean that I love that movie. Because you have all these you have more quotable things as well. That movie hit me hard because I was a very big Lego person as well. What did you like about both movies?
So I'll start off with Shawshank Redemption. So granted, these are both good movies, and I would say the more fun movie to watch would be the Lego movie. I would say Shawshank Redemption is more genius. Just like the way Andy Dufresne breaks out is genius. He was so patient that throughout those years, he had that poster in his prison cell, and he was scooping out the wall with a spoon just to one day eventually break out. And then he sets up the warden just for him to boom, boom, off himself.
Yes.
And that right there was about as satisfying as it gets when it comes to cinema, because the warden is probably one of the most evil villains in cinema history. He's up
one of
there.
them, yeah.
He's up there with the Dark Knight's Joker. He's up there with
Thanos.
Thanos. So wait, what was his name? Warden. Do you remember his name?
I don't
All right,
know.
we'll just say the Warden. The Warden versus Thanos, bro.
Brutus from Mob of the Dead.
So it was a very satisfying ending,
Yes.
and like you said, very good quotes. It's one of those very few movies that I actually cried at. I never cry at all.
Did you really cry in the movie?
The scene where the old guy kills himself when he gets out of prison.
Oh yes,
That scene,
yes.
because okay, I'm a person where anytime I see old people in pain or suffering, it just shatters me. So when I saw that old guy talk about how he couldn't live anymore because he got so used to prison and he hung himself, bro, oh my god, I could tear up right now just talking about it. It really hit me. So
tissue.
yeah, I need a tissue, but it's a lot more of a powerful movie. But I would say overall, Lego Movie is a lot more fun to enjoy because, I mean, it's just something to enjoy with going to the movie theater and watching with friends. Something you could put on some days, like, hey, let's have a good laugh, let's watch it. And
The police.
colors are amazing because
It's a Lego.
it's computer animated, but it makes it seem like it actually was shot by shot.
Stop motion.
That's what I thought it was at first, but
Everyone thought, yeah.
I mean, if it was, it would still be in production to this day. Let's be honest. So
The police remover of Nayo.
so
The cloak of Bandai.
So
that made that killed me,
Craggle.
yeah, the Craggle.
Oh my
Like their
goodness.
pronunciations of like stupid things is pretty fucking.
As an
and
animated,
it's like like Miguel said, actually, it's a character development movie in a way, in its own way. So
as an animated, well, even with the animated movie, what movie do you think is shot better?
Shawshank Redemption.
Okay.
yeah, but for what it is, an animated movie, it was pretty cool shots and
yeah,
stuff.
I think it's one of the.
It
best
should have
animated
won
movies.
best animated.
Well, then again,
picture.
since it's an animated movie, the sky is the limit. You can have all the shots you want.
Yeah.
So,
So-
but it's still really well done.
What do you think? What do you like about both? And
Because the last time I saw Shawshank Redemption
was that my house?
Yep. So I don't remember all of it, but I did enjoy watching how like the story progressed. I think I remember the part I vividly remember is like a few. Was it Morgan Freeman got out?
Yep.
And then it was just before that, and then I remember the rest of the movie.
Okay. All right.
So that's what I remember most of vividly. I don't know. I just enjoyed like his story of like how ingenious it was of him escaping and stuff like that. And, for the Lego movie, I'd say I enjoyed it more just because of the Polish remover of night, whatever.
Remover of Nayo.
But
Want to go ahead and vote?
no,
You want to go ahead and vote?
you can go first.
Why you make me do this?
I'll go first. Shawshank Redemption.
Yeah.
Motherfucker.
I saw that happen.
I mean, again,
Fucker.
it's one of my favorite movies of all time. It's a
I should
beautiful.
have never showed you the movie.
Granted, again, I'm a person where, as much as I love fantasy, I love animated movies. I'm always a person. I love things that are either based on a true story or are based on things that could really happen. Whether if it's about the prison system, war, anything like that, I'm always huge into those.
If it
movies.
was against the Lego Batman movie.
Still Shawshank.
Okay, that's fair.
Again, I'd say Batman obviously is light years funnier and probably more fun to watch. But again, I'm that kind of person where I love the more realistic movies. So I'm gonna have to go with Shawshank Redemption on this one. I'll let you two battle it out now.
I mean, I'm not gonna use the same island analogy thing because I know what I choose there.
All right, pretend it's a city. No, I'm kidding.
Oh my god. Well, we can't keep using that
I
though.
know,
So,
I know.
fuck. I love the Lego Movie, and then Shawshank Redemption is one of the movies that made me watch more movies. But I love the Lego Movie. Motherfucker.
You just gotta think overall, what's the better movie between the two? Because if you're not gonna use the island analogy, then you gotta think what's the better
The Lego
movie
Movie
overall?
had such a powerful message for me as a kid, and even still to this day. And then the Shawshank Redemption has the
Bro.
fucking
I don't even know what to choose.
fucking.
Yeah, keep beating off the
There
table
is
while
the
you-
right decision, and then there's my decision.
And what is your decision?
The Lego Movie.
Son of a bitch.
I'm saying I
Is
would
this movie really-
I would have chosen the Shawshank Redemption if we were going to do the best, the better, the greatest, one of the best cinematic movies in history. But the Lego Movie, for me, one of the best animated movies
honestly-
I've
You,
ever.
you mean to tell me the Shawshank Redemption is gonna lose against a movie
No,
about
it's not.
toys?
No,
I'm
no,
choosing the
here's-
Shawshank
You're
Redemption.
choosing-
You're choosing the Shawshank
Oh
Redemption.
shit! Really? Any the particular reason why?
I like the shots.
Or so from like a photographer's standpoint.
Here's I would have chosen the Shawshank Redemption, but here's the thing: if I were
Plus, sorry, before I cut you off again, I'm not letting the Lego Movie choose over a classic. I mean, win over. A
Okay,
Okay,
no,
that's
no,
fair.
that's fine.
I can
That's fine. That's
respect
fine.
that.
I'm also thinking of like this is one of my favorite. I think this is one of the best animated movies put in the last decade. I think, in my personal opinion, I think the way it was made, the comedy, the humor, the message. I'm talking about this from my perspective as loving Legos. So maybe that if I didn't love Legos, I think that would have influenced it a lot less. But I think I would have honestly chosen the Shawshank Redemption too, but because of my kiddiness and the way the message spoke to me. So I'm not mad at all, but okay. So the Shawshank Redemption will go up against whatever the movie will win of The Prestige versus Empire Strikes Back. So
Fuck, that's a tough one.
so we have already
That's a
done
tough
that.
one.
That's done. So we have six more. So next week we'll have to chop off our own penises and just sell them on eBay.
All right. So which match? Do you know what matches we're gonna do next week? Or?
We'll might as well just roll a dice on that one because all of them are gonna kill us because it's Interstellar versus
So
1917.
these were the easiest ones.
Yeah. 'cause
Oh,
then you-
wonderful.
Yeah. So
From what I'm seeing, yeah, those are the easy. Yep. Okay, son of a bitch. Actually, one of those I think I probably.
one of them,
can
yeah,
answer,
but most of them I'm just gonna have to just might as well sell my kidney.
too. Crap. Alrighty. Well,
This is where friendship goes through hardships.
it's nice knowing you.
It's nice knowing you guys.
I appreciate
It's
you
nice,
guys.
nice knowing. Yes, nice knowing.
Listen. I
Anyway.
always like Miguel more. I'm kidding.
Damn.
No, I'm kidding. I like you.
It's
both.
'cause
Okay,
we're
okay.
born on the same month.
Yo. April, hey, listen, April, babies gotta stay together.
You know what? I don't care. You two
Against
are
the
20
July
I don't care-
babies.
I don't care. You two are 21.
Yeah, we can get drinks. So what?
Finish your sentence. Go ahead.
Anyways, thank you for watching this. Thank you. All of our links will be in the description of the of YouTube. If you want to listen to us on Apple and Spotify, you are more than likely to do so.
I will leave once again the EDP confrontation video, full video in the description.
Everything-
YouTube description.
Everything
Yes.
will be as it is, as it does. As
Oh, wait.
what? Are you
I was
okay?
supposed to give a shout out to someone.
Oh fucking god!
Oh. Fucking Alex from Georgia.
Alex from Georgia.
Oh, is that your friend you guys used to play online with?
Yeah.
Oh my
He
goodness,
listens-
pal.
Yeah, he listens to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh,
Shout out Alex.
You know what's funny? So, quick story about him. We were playing on PlayStation Online. You found him, and then he goes, I don't remember how it went, but he goes, "Oh, do you guys know these guys that made memoirs?" And then Miguel goes,
No,
"Oh, how
that's
was
not how it went.
Oh, how it happened?
So, we tell him. So he joined us while we were recording the beta for like Black Ops 3
Okay,
or Black Ops
I feel like we
4.
met him before that.
No, I did.
Oh, okay.
But like that's where this came from.
Oh, okay.
So, he's recording a video with us, and then we tell him we have a YouTube channel, and he's like, "Oh, let me look it up." And then we tell him our YouTube channel. He's like, "Oh, I've seen this video before."
This is a memoirs video.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Mr.
So-
Worldwide.
Mr. I mean, the video has
Mr. Georgia Wide.
Mr. Brokewide,
So,
Miguel.
thank you. Miguel, let me ask you, before we end this, what are your final thoughts and pronunciations of syllable words that you would like to give to the people listening, watching, and listening to us?
Yep.
Blue Alive Redemption.
Okay.